cancer?
Cancer.
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 Cancer. Cancer.
Do you know the effects?
Do you know the consequences?
Do you know how it affects loved ones?
Do you know the emotional stress?
Sadness. Fear about the future.
Anger,
Guilt.
Denial.
Confusion.
Stress. Anxiety.
depression.
A cancer diagnosis.
Affects everyone differently.
So there are no set rules on how you are likely to feel.
Or how you should deal with your emotions.
In 2009, 321,000 people were diagnosed with cancer in the UK.
More than 1 in 3 people.
Will develop some form of cancer during their lifetime.
The risk of developing cancer.
Up to the age of 50.
Is 1 in 35 for men.
And 1 in 20 for women.
Breast. Lung.
Prostate.
And bowel cancers together.
Account for over half of all new cancers each year.
More than a third of cancers are diagnosed in people aged 75 and over.
Less than 1% of all cancers occur in children aged 0 to 14 and teenagers aged from 15 to 24.
Cancer is the #1 fear for the British public.
Feared ahead of death.
Knife crime.
Alzheimer's disease.
And losing a job.
Cancer causes more than 1 in 4 deaths in the UK.
In the UK in 2011,
More than 430 people died.
from cancer every day.
That's 1 person every 4 minutes.
Worldwide, it is estimated that around 7.6 million people died from cancer in 2008.
In 2010 to 2011, 95.5% of patients were urgently referred for suspected cancer.
And were seen by specialists within 14 days of referral.
In the same period, 98.4% of patients received their first treatment for cancer within 31 days.
Some people have a major turnaround from the treatment.
Becoming diagnosed cancer-free.
While some are less fortunate.
Tony Simcox was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2010. He fought right through to 2012 when sadly the disease had spread to his lymph nodes and brain. With no more treatment available to him at this stage, he was given just 2 weeks to live and later passed away on the 15th of September 2012. Here with me I have his daughter Katie Simcox, who is here to talk about the effects it had on her and how it made her feel during this hard battle.
When my dad was first diagnosed with cancer, it made me feel like my world had been ripped apart. It was like a big nightmare. When I was at school, my dad was fighting his battle through cancer, and it affected my school life because I never wanted to go, and I wanted to spend every minute with my dad, but I know education was also important. I felt like I couldn't cope, so when I didn't go, I missed out, and then I didn't achieve what I wanted to. As the months passed, I didn't really think about living arrangements. To be honest, that was the thing that crossed my mind. It never sunk in until the very end. I saw my dad getting worse. It made me feel like frustrated, but I couldn't understand why I was frustrated. It's just like I just wanted him to get better, and it didn't really sink in that that was it, that it was going to pass. Every time I saw him and looked at him, I just cried. I tended to keep everything bottled up inside. I didn't want to talk about it because I was finding it very hard. It was very stressful because it was just one of them things that you go through in life. And I thought I could do it on my own, and I tried hard to do it on my own, but I couldn't do it. And I finally admitted I needed help. Being such a young age and having to deal with something like that, it's pretty hard, but there's nothing you can do, and like it gets you so mad because you just say this can't be happening. It really affected me. Because like I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating. The Macmillan nurses, they were very helpful when they used to come round, because they'd say, they'd ask how I was coping and stuff, and it wasn't just, they didn't just ask, see my dad, they made sure we were all okay. When I found out that the cancer had spread, and my dad only had weeks to live, I was devastated, because like previous to that, when my dad went to go find out, I stayed at home, and I expected my dad to come home with good news because my dad was a fighter. I was upstairs and when they came down and shouted at me, and then they told me, and I just burst out, and I couldn't even look at my dad knowing that I was gonna not be here. After a couple of weeks, it never sunk in.
Did you have the support you needed when that happened?
When I found out that it had spread and I'd only got weeks to live, I had all my family around me, helping me and supporting me. I had friends, but I never I know I never wanted to go out before and leave my dad, but even more so now. Then, when I found out he had a couple of weeks left, I think it made me worse that everyone were fretting over us, because like every time I tried to put it at the back of my mind, and someone would say, I'm sorry and all this. I know they didn't mean it like that, but then it like popped back up, and when my dad lost his battle through cancer, my reaction was just, it was horrible. When he got rushed in on the 14th of September 2012, it was rushed in, which we thought looked to be a stroke, but it was the tumour that had got excessively big on his brain, and made him deteriorate even more. So then he lost his speech and got rushed in, and as soon as I saw him, just had a massive panic attack, and it took ages for me to calm down, and then we stayed with him till the next day, and then Saturday at 7:10 on 15th of September, that's when he passed. The worst feeling ever. I've never watched anyone die, but those 2 weeks were hell. Now it's been nearly 2 years. I find it a lot easier to cope, but obviously there's more that's happened since my dad's gone, and I'm finally seem to be getting on track. I do get knocked back still, but the thought of what happened, but that will always stay with me. I won't wish this on my worst enemy, but whoever is going through it, just know that there always is help for you. And the Macmillan nurses are really good, and also family and friends can get you through it. And counselling is also helpful. So just always remember that there is people out there.